just to do a quick reminder with you guys, okay? There's three things that really go into a radical, okay? Let's call this A and B. The first thing is called the radical. That's that symbol right there, okay? You guys know it's called the radical. You've seen that all before. What's inside the radical is called the radicand, okay? And what's outside, this number right here, is called the index, meaning how many of something need to multiply to get this number. Now, to add or subtract radicals, you have to remember that you need the same index, which in this case both have 2, so we're good on that. Okay? And they need the same radicand, but in this case, they don't have the same radicand. So we can't add them as they stand right now. But if we look at both of these, we can actually simplify these. So let's start by simplifying and see if we can get the same radicand. So 200 we can break up into, let's do 100 and 2. We could break up 100 into 10 times 10. And then this is 5 times 2, and this is 5 times 2. Alright, so if I'm looking at this, who gets out of jail? Well, I got these two 5s right here. This 5 and this 5, so I can get a 5 out of jail. And I got this 2 and this 2, they become partners, so I can get a 2 out of jail. I also have the 3x out here, so we're good with that. So we can rewrite it as 5 times 2 times 3x. And who's stuck in jail? Well, sorry, Mr. 2, you got to go back into your jail. And that pretty much sums it up. Alright, now let's look at this guy. When we look at our second one, we got 50. Now, we already did this guy already, but let's just look at it one more time. This is 25 times 2. And that becomes 5 times 5. And look at that. I got my two 5s together. So, who gets out of jail here? I get a 5 out. And I also have my 4x already out there. Now, who's stuck in jail? Sorry, 2, you're stuck in jail again. But this looks good. Now we have the same radicand. So first let's start by simplifying the outsides. 5 times 2 times 3 gives us 30x square root 2 plus 5 times 4x is 20x square root 2. Well, now we got our indexes to be the same. They're both 2. And we have the same radicands. So we can now, see, radicands are the same. So now we can just add everything up. The outsides, we add these together. That is 50x and times square root 2. Why don't I add those two in the inside together? Well, that's not really how it works. It's like saying that I have 30x square root 2's and 20x square root 2's. So in total, I have 50x square root 2's. So you just have to add the outsides and you are done. So remember, you need the same radicand and index. If you don't have it, you could try simplifying. Once you've simplified, if you can add them, do that like meow. Alright guys, remember, don't play horseplay on the subway. You might fall in, and that's bad.